Hi everyone, my name is Gage Payne. Today, I want to talk about something most of us use every single day without really thinking about it. That is AI and the tools that come with it. These tools are things along the lines of like ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot, and yes, even Microsoft Word does have AI built into it. So we know that these can be extremely helpful, but there is growing research showing that if we rely on them too much, well, it is quietly changing the way we think, and that is not always a good thing. One of the easiest ways to explain this is through the idea of cognitive offloading. The brain is very much so like a muscle. If we don't use it, we lose it. So we want to consistently make sure that we are using our brain. Well, back in 2011, there was a group of individuals. One of them, his name was Sparrow, and him and his colleagues introduced something called the Google effect. They found that when people know information and it's just easier to look it up than to actually remember it or to do research on it, well, they are less likely to remember it. This can apply to something meaningful or even something small, like the name of a song or a movie that they seen last week or the Super Bowl winner from 15 years ago. Well, research by Gerlich builds on this idea and suggests something more concerning. People may begin prioritizing where to find the information rather than actually understanding it and remembering it. Psychology Today also does support this, explaining that frequent reliance on AI can reduce active engagement and weaken critical thinking over time. So this raises an important question. Why does AI feel so good to use? A big part of this is instant gratification. When AI gives us an answer in seconds, it triggers a dopamine response in the brain. It's similar to the feeling when someone gets when they win a bet or finally beats that level that they've been stuck on for months or even years. Going back to Nintendo 64, GoldenEye. Anyways, over time, that reward can make us want to rely on AI instead of thinking through the problem ourselves. Dan Levy, a senior lecturer at Harvard Kennedy School, explains that AI itself is not good for learning or bad for learning. What matters is how we use it. He explains that learning only happens when the brain is actively engaged. If students simply ask AI for answers, such as, "Hey, ChatGPT, give me the answer to 2 plus 2, that engagement never occurs. Levi also points out that assignments are not the ultimate goal of education. They are a vehicle for learning. So, when we were back in high school and we were given a homework assignment, it wasn't just so that way we can, have a grade and, the teachers wanted to make our lives miserable. No, they wanted our learning to continue on after we left class. And that's similar to, what we need to continue doing today. When AI is used to reduce time spent on repetitive tasks, it can free people up to do deeper and more meaningful thinking. So the issue doesn't stop in the classroom. It can and will carry directly into the workforce. In my job, I work at MV Transit. AI is used daily through Microsoft Copilot. This even goes as deep as our Chief Information Officer, Chris Keeby, explained in an interview with the Metro compiler that AI helps analyze years of employees' data to improve retention and identify engagement risks early. We use this every single day. Well, what does it do for us? Well, it allows the leadership to step in with support, such as leave options or mental health resources. At the same time, though, Lily Case points out that data privacy and security remain concerns pretty frequently. Because AI systems rely on sensitive information, companies must be careful about how and where these tools are used. This is something that I experience on a daily basis. My company has made it where we are not allowed to use ChatGPT. We have to utilize Microsoft Copilot as we have the licensing for it. So, overall though, AI is not the enemy. However, over-reliance, it can weaken skills like critical thinking, problem solving, and confidence. A responsible approach is to think first and use AI second. Question the answer it provides and stay actively involved in the learning process. When AI is used as a support tool instead of the replacement, it can help us learn and work better without sacrificing the skills that matter the most. Thank you, and have a great rest of your night.